Blessings, everyone. Today I would like to offer a fortune cookie oracle. This is just a simple message for the collective, something to look forward to meditate upon, to contemplate throughout the day. First, I would like to say thank you to Source for allowing me to be a medium of light. And I ask all in the unseen spirit world to please, whomever would, step forward to help bring a message for the highest good. Thank you. I'm grateful. And I love this deck. It's a lot of fun. It brings kind of a novelty, joyous energy, which is, when you want a simple message for the collective, always the best space to be in, to embody that frequency. My first shuffle will embody source energy. The second shuffle is for higher self and spirit. And the third is for our soul. That is the most beautiful expression of our higher self. It helps us tell the story here. It helps us navigate a personality. It's part of the experience of understanding what it's like to be in this duality. Then I just like to move the cards around. Sometimes they'll come out, or it moves to the side like this one. Spirit saying, take this one. Personal riches. Small successes are likely now, and bigger ones are on the way. Finances could improve dramatically, but avoid get-rich schemes. And as the energies are pulling close today, it's I can't express what this feels like today. It feels giddy and fun, a little mischievous. It's a beautiful space to be. What Spirit is saying is that the personal riches are obviously designed for each one of us in our own way. But a lot of us want to take the shortcuts. We want to bypass the spiritual bypass, to get rich schemes of maybe gambling. I know a lot of us like to go play the slot machines. I know I have a lot of friends who go and do that, or they bet on sports teams. There's a lot of these online they're talking about Wall Street. So I'm assuming that they're talking about buying stocks and selling stocks. They're saying yes. It takes a long time for people to learn how to do these things, even though we have so much of it at our fingertips now. And some people are very good at these things. But what Spirit is asking us to do is remember that these experiences of when we're bringing finances or personal riches into our space, that we want to enjoy part of the journey, that we don't want to attach the low dense frequencies, especially when it comes to finances, because a lot of times they're saying that people are struggling with this, paying bills, debt. And we're always praying for the way out. We're always asking them to help us find the solution. But this is where they're saying the spiritual bypass isn't always the way through this. That sometimes it's taking a look at what got us in that space in the first place. If it's gambling, only we understand where that's coming from. What void are we trying to fill with that? If it's get-rich schemes, some of the MLM companies, the multi-level marketing companies, is it an attempt to be our own boss? Is there something that we can do creatively Instead, we all want to read the secret book of how I got rich overnight buying real estate. They're showing me real estate. And some do. Some have a very extraordinary gift that they can see these things. But not everybody's going to have millions of dollars to flip houses and be on television and find great success in this business. Just like a brain surgeon, scientist, teacher, nurse, electrician, everything has its skill. And all of these vocations that bring in finances take time for people to learn. Not only are they experiencing the financial gratitude, the financial reward, but they've developed themselves. They've developed a skill set. It's an exchange of service. And we don't want to shortchange ourselves. Of course, if we won lotto, no one would say no for that. They're laughing and they're saying that this is the obvious. And we all make promises that if we get to win the lottery, that we do the right thing with it, give it to charity, and help family members and friends that need. They know that. But have integrity with how we're gaining this space of personal riches, because that's a vast way to express that. They're saying personal riches. What could it be? It could be knowledge. It could be a beautiful home. It could be a garden. It could be love in our life. We know these things. Like the word abundance, it doesn't have a specific connotation to it. So we could be talking about many things. But most importantly, to have the personal riches and have the finances where they need to be, have the stability, is investing in ourselves first. Making sure that we are not building our storybook castle on a sand. They're showing me sand dunes, and I live by the beach. They're showing me the children building sand dunes, and that's not a stable foundation. A lot of the kids, they get frustrated when they've created for 3 hours, and then all of a sudden either the waves come or the sand starts to dry out and just sort of crumbles. And we don't want that when we're building our personal financial space. So make sure that we've developed a healthy skill set, developed a healthy way of gaining these finances, and for the right reasons. Of course, the right reasons are we're paying our bills, or of course the right reasons are so we can put a roof over our head and have food on the table. But Spirit is asking us, what is rich? What is the richness of this? Is there such a thing truly as being successful without having all of the finances? Is there such a thing truly as happiness? I was just discussing this earlier about happiness. And Spirit is saying sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes we don't realize the personal riches that are around us until we're in a very healthy, peaceful, happy state. And once we're able to feel that feeling, we really start to recognize all the opportunities, abundance, everything that we see as our personal rich. Most of it is already here. It's just recognizing the difference between the extra of the wanting and the plethora of needs that are met. But the most important thing that we have to have is resource within ourselves. We need to believe in ourselves. We need to have the personal rich of clarity, believing in ourselves, creativity, because a creative mind will never run out of ideas and resources. We'll figure it out. And trust. It's imperative that we must trust. They're using this word, imperative. Trust. Trust in all the things we've experienced up until this point that got us this far. And if, unfortunately, some of the experiences have set us back in a way, financially, with our health, with our emotions, then this is a sign from Spirit. It's time to take a look at this and go to the heart of it. Holistic healing is healing the cause, the root cause. And that takes a little work. That takes a little looking within. That takes a little deciphering on our part. And if we want to be in a plethora of personal finance or abundance, the first step is making sure that we have that space set up within, that we're in the right space for it, that we already see what we have, and then move on from there. They're pulling their energy back. Thank you for allowing me to bring this message. If this is something that anybody has been asking or thinking about recently, then maybe this is the sign for you that these things are on their way. But there's a little nudge from the universe to sit with oneself and make sure that everything is aligned within first, so that we have the right frequency. So when the opportunities come for this, that we are clear and we see it and make moves according. Thank you. Much love, everyone.